In today's video, I'll show you 7 amazing tips for a better city in City Skylines. Let's get building. First tip, roads as guidelines. If you want to do some terraforming work, you can add roads as sort of guidelines or barriers to do so. Place roads where you want to do your work, then use the landscaping tool to either lower or raise your terrain. The roads will basically hold the edge in place for you. That way, you will not take out too much or too little terrain. Tip number 2, decorate rough edges. Do you know the feeling when you have some of these rough edges like right here, specifically where the terrain is a bit difficult to work with? There's a pretty simple solution to cover up these edges. Go to the landscaping tab and select the vegetation. Now, I like to use vegetation number 4 for the job and just go around and cover up these impurities. As a small bonus, and if this is a bit too boring for you, you can always combine this with other forms of vegetation or trees, for instance. What I like to do is I use the grass cluster and just add a few of those, and if I want to go all out, I also add a smidgen of color to the decorations. Tip number 3, keys on land. Alright, you have these edges here and think to yourself, man, I wish this looked a bit cleaner, but I don't have any mods. Well, no problem. There's a simple solution to this because you can actually place seawalls on land without any mods. The problem with seawalls is they need a shoreline to place down. Bruh. We'll use this to our advantage and sort of trick the game into thinking there is a shoreline here. Now I know this trick only works if you have the Green Cities DLC, so keep that in mind. What we have to do is partially flood the area with the Eco Water outlet. Place some of these and unpause the simulation. After a few seconds, the area will already have enough water in order to trick the game into thinking it's a shoreline. Be sure to disable all snapping since this will only help you. It's a bit finicky, so you have to play around with it a little bit, but in the end, it will be worth it. And voila, we have successfully placed seawalls on land, vanilla style, no mods. Tip number 4, roads up steep hills. When placing roads up steep hills, you can use a simple tip to make the uphill journey for your citizens a lot easier. Instead of just going up in a straight line, creating this super steep slope, you can instead check the topographical lines with the terrain height view right here. Now you can go along these lines with your road and sort of snake your way up the hill to create a smoother incline. Tip number 5, money boost. If you're in need of a quick cash boost, there is no way around a bit of tax madness. You first get access to the taxes after the first milestone. In general, you have to be a bit cautious with your taxes. Too high and your citizens will complain and move out. Too low and you'll lose money. The sweet spot for taxes is around 12 to 13%. What you can do if you need that extra cash boost is go into the economy tab and set the taxes to max for a short period of time. Your citizens will complain for a while before actually moving out. That's what you can exploit. Unpause the simulation and watch your budget increase. After a while, be sure to lower the taxes back to somewhat normal level. Tip number 6, counter death waves. Citizens moving into your city at the same time will generally have the same age. They will go through the same life cycle of about 6 years. They will have children at the same age and that life cycle will repeat itself. The problem here is that those citizens will also die at the same age, causing a decrease in population at roughly the same time. This is what's known as the dreaded death waves. Placing an elder care building can somewhat counter that because citizens which are near an elder care building will have a longer lifespan, thus spreading out the deaths and countering these waves. Tip number 7, one extra vehicle. Your city needs services, be it the police force, fire services, or death care. Everything is needed to create a successful and thriving city. Here's a small tip to get more service vehicles with little budget. If you increase the budget for a service by a single %, one extra vehicle will be sent out to take care of your city. I do hope these tips help you on your next build in City Skylines. If you want to know even more tips about this amazing city builder, this video right over here is for you. Thank you all so much for watching. Have a great day and stay safe out there. Bye-bye.